4, 3, Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining Lewis University's television network. Today is Thursday, February 15, 2024. I'm Citlali Romo.
And I'm Samira Martinez.
And we begin with our top national and international stories. Dive crews in Tennessee have recovered a body in the search for a sheriff's deputy who went missing Wednesday night. Meigs County Deputy Robert Leonard disappeared while transporting a female suspect. Authorities say the body was found in the back of the deputy's patrol car, which was found submerged in the Tennessee River in Meigs County Thursday morning. While they haven't confirmed if it is the woman Leonard was transporting, they did say there's still no sign of him. Dispatchers say Leonard called in the transportation Wednesday night, but minutes later they heard a garbled sound on the radio and the deputy stopped responding. Authorities say Leonard's cell phone has been pinging in the area where this vehicle was found. It's unclear who the woman is and why she was in custody.
The Super Bowl celebration in Kansas City took a tragic turn yesterday. According to authorities, one person is dead and at least 21 were injured in the shooting at the end of the Chiefs rally near Union Station. Kansas City police say they have 3 people detained and under investigation. At least 3 of the shooting victims are listed in critical condition, while 5 reported to be in serious condition. There is no word yet on what may have sparked the shooting. An estimated 1 million people gathered in downtown Kansas City for the celebration of the back-to-back NFL championship. The Chiefs released a statement on social media to say all team, players, coaches, staff, and families were safe and accounted for. The organization also saying it was truly saddened by the senseless act of violence, with their hearts going out to victims and the city.
The man accused of murdering his girlfriend and leaving her body in a parked car at the Boston airport last year has been rearrested. Tuesday, 42-year-old Kevin Kangathi was found outside Nairobi after he escaped from a Kenyan police station nearly a week ago. According to the report, he escaped by running away after a man posing as Kangathi's lawyer showed up at the police station to speak with him. Officers then released Kangathi from his cell and left him in a room with that person, and he ran away. The 42-year-old was initially arrested on January 30th and was waiting to be extradited back to the U.S. to face murder charges in Boston. Investigators say in early November, he boarded a plane to Kenya after he stabbed Maggie Mbiru to death. Nairobi's police chief said Kangathi's custody is assured and the process of his extradition back to the U.S. will continue.
4 students at an Atlanta school were injured Wednesday in a shooting. Police say those shots came from an unknown vehicle in a parking lot at Benjamin E. Mays High School. The 4 students struck by gunfire were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. According to Atlanta's public schools, no other students, faculty, or staff were injured. The shots rang out just after dismissal yesterday. All after-school activities were canceled, and Atlanta Public School police say the incident remains under investigation.
In North Carolina, a 13-year-old is in custody after a high-speed chase through multiple counties. Yesterday afternoon, a person in Elizabethtown reported their car was stolen by a man in a ski mask. A deputy spotted the car and tried to pull it over, but the driver sped away. Reaching speeds of 100 miles per hour, the driver led police on Interstate 95 and Interstate 40 through several counties, then exited the highway and crashed into a power pole in southeast Raleigh, where he was arrested. Police say he's hospitalized, but his injuries are not serious. The 13-year-old faces juvenile charges once he's released from the hospital. Up next, we will have your local news.
And later, we will have your entertainment news.
I would, if I could go back and change it all. I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
A Highland Park woman, Gladys Ibanez Olea, is accused of trafficking 2 women ages 19 and 22 and 2 children ages 2 and 15. This woman held these 4 individuals against their will in her home. Ibanez Olea manipulated these people by bringing them into the States illegally around July of 2023 and provided housing, safety, and jobs. The police received a tip back in January of potential human trafficking at the 500 blocks of Wenesia Avenue in Highland Park. During the investigation, police said there were padlocks around the kitchen cabinet and forced the young 15-year-old to work instead of going to school. Her court appearance is today, and she is charged with human trafficking and involuntary servitude and is being held at the Lake County Jail.
The Illinois High School Association has officially sanctioned flag football as a competitive sport. 4 years ago, no schools in the state had flag football. Now more than 100 schools are competing and more are to compete. Following the announcement, while few girls have played tackle football, a majority of high school girls' football experience has been through Powder Puff games hosted once a year. Last year, flag football was added as an official Olympic sport. The IHSA already has a date on the calendar for the next flag football state championship in October. They haven't determined where it would, but one possibility is Halas Hall in Lake Forest, Illinois.
Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and one couple in Hoffman Estates is a perfect example of true love. Janet and Marvin Brown shared their secret to their 70-year-long marriage. It was love at first sight for Janet when she first saw Marvin for the first time. The couple married in 1954, while Marvin was in the Army at the end of the Korean War. In their 7 decades of marriage, the Browns have run a business together, adopted 2 children, and faced a multiple sclerosis diagnosis for Marvin at the age of 40. The Browns said the key to a successful marriage is mutual respect, admiration, and compromise.
Rideshare drivers at O'Hare Airport are joining in on a worldwide strike to demand better pay and working conditions. Yesterday, thousands of ride-hailings and delivery drivers for Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash didn't provide rides to or from the airport. The Justice for App Workers Coalition says drivers are tired of working 80 hours a week to make ends meet and are constantly scared for their safety following several recent violent and even fatal attacks against rideshare drivers in Chicago. There was no way to quantify how many drivers participated in the one-day strike, but the 2-hour time frame of the rally, pickup times, and fares from O'Hare to downtown remained the same. There is an ordinance pending in the Chicago City Council that organizers say would require rideshare companies operating within Chicago to address many of the issues drivers have. While it appears to have the support of a majority of the aldermen, a vote has yet to be scheduled.
A Chicago mother and daughter were struck and killed by a car around 12 a.m. yesterday after leaving the Drake concert in St. Louis, Missouri. The mother was in her 40s, was pronounced dead at the scene, and her daughter in her 20s died in transit to the hospital. Police said the suspect in a Jeep Grand Cherokee ran several lights and was speeding. Identities for all involved in the crash haven't been released. The driver of the Jeep was hospitalized, and others involved in the crash were taken to the hospital in stable condition. When we will return, we will have your entertainment news.
And later, we have your weather and sports update.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
It looks like American Idol will soon have a vacant chair at the judge's desk on Monday. Katy Perry announced on ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live that she's leaving the hit TV show. The upcoming 22nd season of the ABC singing competition will be the pop star's last. Perry joined the talent competition program since it was revived in 2018 and has been there for the past 7 seasons. Perry said that she's loved her time on the show, but that she now needs to, quote, feel the pulse to on her own beat. So far, there's been no official word from ABC or Idol co-hosts Lionel Richie and Luke Bryant.
Super Bowl 58 set a big ratings record on Monday. CBS confirmed that the showdown in Las Vegas between the Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers averaged 123.4 million viewers. That's TV's biggest audience since the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes led his team to a thrilling victory in overtime. The game aired on CBS and the Paramount Plus streaming platform. It was also a stimulant in Spanish on Univision, as well as telecast for kids on Nickelodeon. Last year's Super Bowl featuring the Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles was previously the most watched titled game ever, with 115 million viewers.
Get ready to rock out. The nominations for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's class of 2024 were announced Saturday. In all, 15 artists are in contention to be inducted at this year's ceremony. The nominees include Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Cher, Lenny Kravitz, Ozzy Osbourne, Dave Matthews Band, and the late Sinead O'Connor. All but 5 of the nominees are on the ballot for the first time. In order to be eligible for nomination, artists must have released their first commercial recording at least 25 years prior to the year of nomination. The official list of inductees will be announced in late April, and the induction ceremony will take place later this fall.
Paramount Global is laying off about 800 employees. The company, which owns TV's networks like CBS, Nickelodeon, and Comedy Central, employs about 24,000 people. Paramount is trying to cut costs and return to its growth as transitions away from traditional television. Its streaming division, which includes Paramount Plus and Pluto TV, lost more than $1 billion last year. This news comes just one day after CBS broke records with its Super Bowl advertising sales and viewership in numbers.
Nearly half of Americans say they've heard of a political conspiracy theory involving Taylor Swift. The conspiracy theory alleges Swift is part of a covert government effort to help President Joe Biden get reelected. It gained traction in the right-wing media before the Super Bowl. Monmouth University polled 902 U.S. adults. 46% of those surveyed say they have heard about the idea. 18% say they do believe such covert government effort actually exists. And 68% say they approve of Swift encouraging her fans to vote in the upcoming presidential election. Up next, we will have your weather.
And then we will have your Lewis Sports update. Stay with us.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
And now for your 7-day forecast. So the Windy City is taking up its name today by today's weather that has been nothing but strong winds with a high of 44 and low to 27. But don't be so upset, as there will be some sunshine coming in this weekend. Friday, unfortunately, will have no sun, just be cloudy with a high of 34 and low to 16. Saturday and Sunday, the weekend should be nice, bright and sunny with a high of 33 on Saturday and a low of 28. Sunday will be a high of 45 with a low of 27. Moving into next week, on Monday, we will still continue with some sunshine, just a little bit of clouds in the sky with a high of 46 and a low of 33. Tuesday as well, with partly cloudy with a high of 51, low of 38, and Wednesday with a high of 54. And coming up, we will have your Lewis Sports Update.
What are you looking for?
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
The Lewis University's women's basketball team won 67-63 over Upper Iowa this past Saturday at Neil Carey Arena. Upper Iowa scored first and held a 6-5 lead after some early back-and-forth action. Ali Cesarini then drained a three-point shot to give Lewis the lead, ending the first quarter on a 9-0 run to secure a 19-9 lead. After 10 minutes, Upper Iowa wouldn't go down easily, as they later went on a 7-0 run to get the lead back down to 47-45. Late in the frame, before a free throw by the Flyers made it 48-45. Heading to the fourth quarter, the Flyers made 4 free throws down to the final stretch to secure the 67-63 victory. Lewis women's basketball heads onto the road to take on Illinois Springfield today at 5:30 p.m. Central.
The Flyers men's basketball team took a huge win over number 2 seeded Upper Iowa 93-76 in the GLVC conference matchup this past Saturday. The Flyers had all 5 starters in double digits for points. The Flyers started with a 6-0 run and kept the intensity the entire game, leading 88% of the game. The Flyers were able to maintain Jake Hilmer, the Peacock's star point guard, who was the GLVC top scorer in the conference. Flyer leaders for the game were Bo Frericks and Gary Solomon, both with 19 points, Rob Stroud and Denver Vanderheit, both with 12 points. The Flyers are back on the road in action tonight versus Illinois Springfield.
The Flyers men's tennis team finished 1-1 this past weekend as they picked up a 4-3 win against Eastern Illinois University, but fell short to Northern Illinois University. In Saturday's single matches, Oliver Ravinsky, Santiago Carbajal, Roberto Leal, and Matias Parjujuk secured a win for Lewis by going 4-3 in their matches against EIU. In their singles against NIU, the Flyers struggled and sadly fell 7-0 in both their singles and double matches. The team will return to action February 17th as the Flyers host Michigan Technological University at Park Forest Tennis and Health Club.
Spring season is upon us, which means baseball season is starting for the Flyers. And the men's baseball team was voted 6th in the GLVC preseason coaches poll and earned 114 points. Head coach Mike Vusko will return for his 3rd season. Last season, he led the Flyers with a 30-23 record, including 20-12 in conference play. The 30 wins was the most for the baseball team since 2012. Last year, they finished 4th overall in the GLVC. Hoping to finish higher this season, men's baseball begins this Friday with their first game at Northwest Missouri State, starting at 10 a.m.
The Flyers women's bowling team posted a winning weekend at the Flyer Classic this past weekend, including wins over number 12 Tulane and number 15 Wisconsin. Whitewater at Strike and Spare number 2 in Friday's Bakers results, Lewis secured 2 wins out of 5 games played. In Saturday's traditional results, Lewis won 3 games out of the fifth with scores of 875, 895, and 936. Lewis swept Sunday's best of 7 games, scoring 4-1 and 4-0 in the 3 games played. The Flyers will travel to Davenport, Iowa for the Augustana Invite this Saturday and Sunday. That's it for today's news. Thank you for watching, and as a reminder, you can always keep up with Lewis University's television network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and by visiting our YouTube channel. I'm Citlali Romo.
And I'm Samira Martinez. Have a great night.